like it is. Week 15, NFL, get it done today. I know what you're thinking. This guy needs a haircut. True. Basketball season now. It's hard to get to the haircut. Helen's off on Sundays and Mondays. Can't get there today. About 10 o'clock here on Sunday. Got my new blue mic for my birthday. It's hard to get to that barber when you're coaching full-time and teaching full-time and dad and husband. But no excuses. I still need a haircut, so I understand fans out there. So, but welcome back to Telling It Like It Is. So, big games this week. Week 15, got the Sharks blue microphone. Another big win for the Sharks yesterday. Very exciting. 6-2. I don't know. Last time Sharks were 6-2. It's been a long time, but I'm just happy to be 6-2. I'd rather be 8-0, but what the hell? We're getting there. So the thing is, big games today. I'm telling it like it is, and we're very excited. Big games abound, playoff fever time, as I always like to call it. Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, YouTube. Please join us. Let us know what you think. If you want to come on, love to have you on. As long as you're passionate, you're not afraid to say your opinions. All right. Get to one big thing going on this week. A lot of these games, we've got games on Tuesday night now. All this COVID stuff, and over 90% of the league is vaccinated, and yet we have 37 players missing. So what does that tell you? Okay, good. Vaccines don't really work. So now we move the goalposts. Go, well, it's for the lessening of symptoms. We actually don't have any data on that, but hey, we'll make up some, I'm sure. It's okay. So eventually the players union is going to figure out that we just need to play. And if you don't want to play with it, then you can take your game check and donate to charity. This is just getting stupid at this point when people have less risk with the least risk type of virus that we've had yet are sitting out games with showing basically no symptoms. So here we are. But anyway, we already had 2 games this week. Great game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Chargers are really a scary team. Obviously, you see that. But the Chiefs are going to wind up ass backing into the number 1 seed in the AFC because the AFC is just not that solid right now. It's kind of a mess. So they might actually get that number 1 seed. And then, of course, for last night, the Patriots made it a game late, but the Colts hold off and win. I love all the people on Twitter just, sort of ragging on Bill Belichick's decision-making. And Bill Belichick has a team with a rookie quarterback and basically not a lot of weapons in first place in his division again. So, last year got to 7-9 with Cam Newton, who couldn't throw up right now as the quarterback. So just goes to show you how good a coach he is. And also that most people sit out because of COVID last year, and Bill still got it done. So if you guys want to criticize, then obviously apply for the job. Go coach. See what happens for you. So many armchair coaches. It's great. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, he's only won 6 Super Bowls for you. I'm sure you have a lot to complain about. So let's start the week with a local game here. We got the Cowboys, the Giants here in New York. Giant fans very upset. I have lots of good friends who are Giant fans and very upset. They feel that there's too much nepotism, why the Maras are involved in drafts and things like that. And Gettleman's a puppet. Gettleman's been going to be walked out of here basically at the end of the year. It's kind of forced out and call it retirement, but he's really being pushed out the door. But we need to get rid of the nepotism with the Maras. Just because you inherit a football franchise, majority ownership, doesn't mean you know football. I can't ask either of my 2 sons to coach my team just because they're my sons. Doesn't mean they know basketball. Well, my one son plays in college, but still doesn't mean he wants to coach it. So for me, again, it's a situation. Rosie just entered the studio. Great to have Rose in the house. She got a raise. She got 2 biscuit raises this week. So she's all pumped up. She's ready to go. 2 milk bones, big raise. So the Mara family, though, got to get away from the nepotism. Hire people going to make the tough decisions. And a lot of people not happy with Judge. Either his press conferences here in New York have just gotten major criticism. And I have to say, as a person who's sympathetic to the coaches at press conferences, which I think they have too many these days because of the media, obviously, it's just overwhelming. His press conferences the last 2 weeks have just been awful. When you're talking positive about being down 37-7 and you come back and lose 37-21 against the other team as the last guys. This isn't 5th grade CYO basketball. That doesn't mean shit. So this is a pro league. You're paid to win games. This is a Giant franchise. This is a big time franchise. This isn't the Detroit Lions. So this is a franchise where people expect to win. New York fans are passionate. They filled up that stadium for many years waiting for those great Giant teams, and they did it. But they don't want to hear bullshit. And it's not the losses. It's the way they're losing, according to my very close Giant friends, and I have about 10 of them. And not happy. These are season ticket holders. These are people that went out all the way out to San Diego from New York, Los Angeles, all the way from New York last week. These are people that are not happy about it. They're not happy about the lack of competitiveness. Losses are one thing. Lack of competitiveness is another. And it's not sitting well with the Giant fans. They're really not happy about it. And I can't blame them. let's get to the game, though. I think the boys, who are one of the biggest coin flip teams in the league, I mean, I think they could beat anybody. We also think they could lose to anybody, and that's a scary thing. So talented, some great rookies on defense as well. Some great talent. I mean, but Mike McCarthy, I mean, as a Viking fan, I never want him to leave Green Bay. I guess I thought he always underachieved, but now he's over in Dallas. I'm sure he'll bring his mediocre ways to Dallas. But I think the boys will win. Have a lot of boys fans in the Giant Stadium today. Giant fans and Bluebirds could be out early this game, so we'll have to see what happens. Texans at the Jaguars. This game should be held in Flushing for the Toilet Bowl. Enough said. Who cares? Titans at the Steelers. Last stand for Ben and the Steelers. You go to 6-7-1, you're done. Titans get to 10-4. They need this game. They want to keep up that pace, have a chance at that home field all throughout the playoffs. And like I said, Big Ben not going to go down easy today. I expect the Steelers to find a way to get this game today, but if they don't, sorry, Angel. I know you're a big Steeler fan, but if they don't get it done today, you can kiss your playoffs goodbye, and maybe Ben's career will be over. I'm going to take the Steelers though at home. Jets 3-10 at the Fin, 6-7. Wilson has looked a little erratic on simple check down throws. New York Jet fans are not happy. Hear him whine all week long. The good news is the football chatter will end this next week. Coming up on the Fan, the Mets hired Buck Showalter, so that'll be a positive. And then Yankee fans will call up and bitch that they haven't spent $1 trillion. So that'll be good. So we'll get rid of the football talk here in New York because there isn't any. Even the Bills were 7-6. We'll get to them in a minute. I'm going to take the Fish 6-7 at home today. Flores has them playing better, has them playing hard. Maybe they'll actually take their head out of their butt and commit to 2 and just stop playing games with the crap like they did at the end of last season. Cards 10-3, very talented team. Still think they're a dangerous chance to win it all. At the Lions, 1-11-1, who looked like crap versus the Broncos last week after being down 14-10. It all fell apart. So I think the Cards today will show big maturity, go out and take care of business against the Lions at 1-11-1. I think the Cards are going to take care of it. Panthers, a couple of things about quarterbacks. I think the Darnold experiment's over. Started out 3-0. Of course, McCaffrey getting hurt doesn't help, but he wasn't that good here with the Jets. And when he wasn't good, he was hurt. And he's not good with the Panthers. It's time to go. They're playing at the Bills, who desperately need a win. Cam does not look great either. The Bills, Diggs will be bitching any minute. That's why when the Vikings lost Diggs, feel like, oh, aren't you sad? I said, nope, I don't like guys who don't want to be here. If you want to bitch and not be here, get the hell out. Ask Jamal Adams how it's worked out in Seattle. It's one of the worst trades of all time. I'm so glad the Jets got rid of that punk. If you don't want to be here, get the hell out of here. It's a privilege to play in New York. It's a privilege to play in the NFL. You don't want to get in here, get out. So the Jets got a whole shopping cart full of stuff for him. And how's he doing? He's on one of the worst defenses in the NFL. So the trade was a success for the Jets. And I'm not a Jet fan, but you know what? Who cares? That guy was a bum. He wanted to get out, and now he's safety on one of the worst defenses in the league. By the way, Chris Carter today. All he does is catch touchdowns. So I got the Bills versus the Panthers, obviously, today. Bengals, Broncos, the playoff game. Both teams 7-6. The winner of this game is going to be sitting pretty. Obviously, conference record is very important in the multiple team tie break, but it's also important in this game for the head-to-head. Both AFC teams in the same spot. My son's a Bronco fan. One of my players is a Bengal fan. Well, maybe they'll get a tie and they can both have some happiness. But I think I'm going to take the Bengals in this game today. I still don't trust the Broncos offense. Even though the Bengals are on the road, Denver's a tough place to play. I feel like the Bengals have the upper hand because of the quarterback play. Falcons at the Niners. I need the Falcons to win this game to get the Niners to 7-7, so my pathetic Vikings can have any chance. We lost to the Niners, but still, if I can get the Niners to 7-7 somehow, and if then the Falcons be 7-7, but still, I got to find a way to get something done here. So either way, I'm going to benefit from somebody winning this game. So I'm pretty excited to see the result of this game. It's one of those games where you just want to get it over with and be done with it. I think the Falcons will find a way to get it done, although the Niners are a better team. The Niners control the line of scrimmage better than the Falcons do, but you have to be proud of the Falcons' effort. No one thought they'd be 6-7 this time of year. Matt Ryan has played pretty well. Packers at the Ravens, 10-3 and 8-5. Whew. Oof, if the Vikings had their head out of their ass, this would be in a game where you'd really watch, but we're not catching the Packers. Let's try to tell the Vikings on their websites all the time. We're not catching the Packers. It's like, dude, just get in the wild card. We're not catching the Packers. So Packers at the Ravens. I think the Pack will win this game. Aaron Rodgers is still, he's still fighting off that toe. I'm hoping that they win enough now. Maybe they'll rest some guys versus the Vikes, but probably not. Saints at the Bucks. I think that the Bucks are going to take care of business, which will really help us because that would put the Saints at 6-8. I'm going to take the Bucks in this game because the Bucks are going to see that home field advantage and they're going to push hard. And so I think I'm looking forward to seeing the Bucks get a W there today. The Raiders 6-7 at the Browns 7-6. Raiders have had so much to deal with all year. It's finally jumped on its back, and I think it's just wore them out. The Browns have been a major disappointment. Of course, everybody's going to blame Baker when you're on every other commercial, every 5 seconds on Progressive. This is what happens. But the Browns 7-6. hosting the Raiders. The Raiders looked like crap last week. The Chiefs just steamrolled them. I think the Browns will find a way to win this game at the pound and get to 8-6, and they'll still have their shot. But it's going to be great. It's going to be a great race down the thing. You're going to have to learn your tiebreaker language, and this is where that extra playoff seed makes a lot of teams very happy right now. My Vikings 6-7 at the Bears 4-9, who are pretty much officially done. If Hicks is out, he always stops my man Cook on the running game. So I think Hicks is still going to be out, obviously. So that's a big bonus for us because he just takes up so much space in the middle and really controls our running game over the years. But division game, and the Vikings could screw up a crowbar. So we're a team that we can screw up anything. You give us a chance, we'll make Fields look like Joe Montana today with our great understanding and lack of understanding of the clock before the 2-minute warning in each half. But I'm taking the Vikes in that game, obviously. Hawks at the Rams. I think the Seahawks are done. The Hawks see a lot of talk about Russell Wilson maybe coming to the Giants. A lot of Giant fans very impatient with Daniel Jones and things of that nature. But I don't think that's a good move. I think the Hawks would want too much from him. I'm not giving away draft picks for that old of a quarterback who's been sacked more than anybody in the last 5-6 years. You don't need that. I mean, Russell Wilson's a great player and all, and I respect him. He's one of my favorite guys, a class act. But I just don't think you want to give up that kind of hole for an older quarterback. You got so many other holes. So I'm going to take the Rams in this game at 9-4. The Rams are going to get to 10-4. I mean, I think they had a little spell there for a while, but I think they'll be back. And then, of course, the Deadskins 6-7 at the Eagles 6-7. Great game, also like a nut cutting game. Gotta love it. I'm hoping for the Eagles over the Redskins here. The Eagles have been a funny team. Sometimes Jalen Hurts looks so good, and sometimes he doesn't. So it's a wild situation. Heineke, I believe, has the vid. So I'm thinking Eagles will find a way to win this game. Maybe get to 7-7. Deadskins will drop to 6-8. And like I said, the league has got some great games today, some great matchups, and I'm really looking forward to it. And this is going to be a fun week 15 in the NFL. Remember, we get 18 weeks this year, and we also have a situation where we got to find a way to get through the players through the health protocols and see what the players union does in situations like that. So until next week, we want you to give us iTunes, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube. Give us a shout. Let us know what you think. Tell them like it is week 15 in the NFL. Take care. Go Vikes.